we got Skeldra on the J unit, level 89. That's impressive. And Ahmet locked in on the Petra, and they're going on for some early weapon starving. Skeldra not actually making it on stage, almost getting an early gimp for Ahmet. But they're back. Now they're with the sword. Pretty even on damage. Nice hits from Skeldra.
I really love that, just going in deep from Ahmet, like just straight
Just
from
right
the
off the
get-go.
bat. No.
Yeah,
no
going
chance
for
a
that
second,
there
yeah.
into Ser. What I was saying, he was very entertaining to fight because he likes going for stuff. And it's not like he does sub-up. Oh, that was really bad for Ahmet, but he still has a decent damage lead. So as long as Skeldra doesn't get a decent punish off of that.
Oh, but that is a decent
there it
punish
is.
off of that. Very, very nice find there. And they're gonna go for the greatsword here. Trying to see if they can get some nice damage before Ahmet gets the chance to KO them. Ooh, but Ahmet getting some nice hits. Skeldra just looking for some chip damage before that recovery is gonna do it. And sticking with the orb. We'll see how it goes. We saw a little bit of orb before. Not a whole lot coming out of it though in terms of damage from really long combos, which is what you really want to see from orb.
Ahmet seems to be really preferring horizontal strings on orb and doesn't use Nair as much. Which is fine in and of itself. People that know me well, that have seen me before, know that this is something that I repeat a lot about myself. I am a massive orb one trick because I have a level 100 Dusk, and seeing Ahmet play
but that's
gives me
almost
stuff.
going to KO, but not quite fast enough.
Yeah, what I was saying, seeing Ahmet play that orb, I keep seeing things that I know exist, but I don't use them at all as often. And seeing it from someone at this level gives me more incentive to, hey, I should try this out. Speaking of trying it out, Skeldra is trying his hardest to get the knockout here, and he has a pretty decent lead. Only an orange on that second stock, double stacking the greatsword here. Doesn't go for the dares, that goes for the recovery.
Finding as much as they were in the first stock, and Skeldra just kind of running away with it. It just seems like Ahmet can't really approach without getting punished. They did there, getting some nice hits in. But Skeldra making it back on a stage, that is going to kill. It's going to be a close first game.
I love that reversal from Ahmet, missing the N-Sig. I mean, obviously, if you go for an N-Sig right now, you're expecting it to hit.
Yeah.
But Skeldra whiffing the punish there and pays for it with their second stock. Now, Ahmet playing really careful with their gauntlets. They're not as aggressive as some other gauntlets players we've seen. I'm mainly thinking of Rain, who really likes being up in their face, not respecting their opponent at all. And Ahmet seems to have a completely different playstyle. Holding down the neutral of that gauntlets, but doing so, he's taking a lot of damage and not giving a lot in return. Now having the gauntlets out of his hands, going for another gauntlets pick up, but being in the red. Skeldra is really close to getting knocked out there. Nair doesn't get a dodge punish, another Nair whiffs. And Skeldra can just play this out really calmly, looking for a Sire, looking for a signature, maybe even a D-Light into a Sire or a recovery. Recovery doesn't KO Ahmet from the top yet. Throws the gauntlets away immediately, realizing this is not working. The only damage I've gotten that was significant was on my orb. Dodge caught, Nair into Sire confirmed. Skeldra is off stage.
They're closing in the damage gap a little bit, but Skeldra still can kill at any moment if they get some nice hits in. Maybe a Sig, maybe a recovery. It could kill already. Going for that N-Sig could have been punished. That Ser is going to actually kill already, and that's going to be game 1 for Skeldra.
But looking at this first game, what I was starting to understand was Skeldra liked playing it calm because he was starting to get it down. We didn't see Skeldra go for 5 keys, greatsword confirms, like side light, end light, and then dash cancel into end light, D-Light, side light cam.
Yeah.
That's just a true 5 confirm because it's unjumpable when you get your dodge. But he does like to do that whenever he can. So I'm wondering if we're gonna see adaptation from Skeldra to Ahmet's dodge habits and see even longer greatsword combos. As for Ahmet, I'm wondering what he's gonna change about his gameplay, mainly on the gauntlets, because he was respecting Skeldra way too much and giving him too much space to work with.
It seems like Ahmet is doing a lot better when they're already in a position where they're better, right? So when they're ahead on damage, it looks like they can allow themselves to be a little bit more risky, get some more damage in, but Skeldra just gets that damage back so quickly that Ahmet can't, you know, keep up with that flow.
You already saw it, Skeldra whiffing or reaching for the other sidelight to get another 3-piece from that greatsword. This is what it was talking about. Now he's starting to actively look for those options and extensions. Whereas in game 1 he was playing a little bit safe.
Not going for any options when Skeldra coming back from offstage. Getting that Sarah though. Skeldra is a little bit behind on damage. But...
oh, doesn't get the recovery, chase touch, miss input right there. Delight in the recovery unarmed from Ahmet does not KO. Really even game right now. If Ahmet takes the lead here, this could be huge for them because they are, like you said, someone that prefers having a lead. They are a really big momentum player. But I have seen Skeldra pull out the maddest reverse 3-0s. This is nothing I haven't seen him deal with properly in the past before.
Recovery is almost going to kill already. Ahmet is just going to look to get some hits in before Skeldra delivers the inevitable final blow on this first stock they have. But it's evading them right now. Ahmet just getting some chip damage in slowly. Skeldra just
misses.
Not quite getting it. The sword might be the correct play here, getting that downlight there.
So there was a really interesting play there because Ahmet was realizing Skeldra needs to chase him because Skeldra doesn't like being behind by a full stock there. And you saw Skeldra being the aggressor this time. And what Ahmet was doing was just leading the way. Like, I mean, calling him a dog on a leash feels really inappropriate and insulting towards Skeldra. But that is what it reminded me to. Ahmet was just leading the way.
Yeah.
And just telling Skeldra, hey, come with me here, you're bound to me. As Skeldra was fishing for that knockout in order to get onto even stocks. And right now, Skeldra is trying to even up damage too. Oh, that's a... oh, Ahmet doesn't get the Nair into Sarah confirm of that dodge from Skeldra, but still putting out massive damage.
Ahmet's just gonna look to get this KO as fast as they can, but Skeldra can get some damage in really quickly if they can just find one good read off Ahmet, but that is going to do enough to get that second stock off. Skeldra is now quite decently behind. They're gonna have to get a little bit of a comeback to get game 2.
Okay, Ahmet now learning to apply the pressure. The more he has a lead, the more he starts disrespecting Skeldra. Skeldra with a double recovery doesn't take Ahmet off the top, just, looking for the D-light. You can clearly see him dashing off the platforms, hoping that he lands in a spot where he can go for a clean gravity cancel into D-light. He misses the gravity cancel! Okay. That's
just about
really
getting that stock, but Ahmet actually didn't get a hit that entire time, so Skeldra, now with a little bit more momentum even, getting some nice hits in on Ahmet. Ahmet just not finding any answers.
Skeldra sword and then Ahmet.
Both of them playing
still
it
being
super
aggressive.
Safe. They don't want to get this game, they don't want to lose this game, I should say.
Beautiful 4-piece we just saw from Ahmet, utilizing Orb very well, D-light into Nair. Skeldra going for that greatsword recovery in order to push Ahmet to the top. He's looking for the juggles. Excuse me. Realizing that greatsword horizontally against Orb is a really bad matchup because sidelight will just be faster and have better range than your sidelight. Exactly. Ahmet hits the punish with his own sidelight on that on Skeldra's greatsword.
Losing the greatsword, maybe that was a mistake to try to go that deep off the stage. Both of them just not wanting to overcommit, but Skeldra finding that Sair. Are they going to get game 2 as well? Neither of them wanting to do anything overcommittal from this position.
Well, first time on this game 2 that I'm seeing Ahmet being scared. Now he's disengaging.
I mean, Skeldra's disengaging just as well, though. Neither of them really wants to be close to each other. They're just on top of each other, but that Enzig is going to do it!
Oh, Ahmet getting a little bit too greedy with that dash movement right there, and Skeldra realizing that, okay, you're dashing a lot of times, looking for something, and you see that in the replay as well. Even earlier in that game, on that first stock, Ahmet really liked dashing, so Skeldra was, you know what, I'm gonna wait for that one moment and pull something that I haven't done against you in this side, being the Enzig. It's the first time we've seen it, and right, oh yeah, so 100% hit rate on it. Ahmet got a lot closer in that second game.
But not quite.
But
I mean, you can see
I must commend Skeldra for the way he turned that around.
Yep. We have to see... Oh, and they're going to Spaceport, by the way. Interesting map choice by these players. It was fixed last patch, and now doesn't have the issue with the platform anymore. But it is a map that's very hard to kill in. Has really, really wide ceilings and walls. I guess maybe Ahmet just wanted to die a little bit later, maybe. So he get KO'd. We see Skeldra
biggest
a little bit
difference
behind already.
I mean, he is pushing Ahmet to the side, even though he's not getting any damage off it, and Ahmet getting back to the stage, he is applying
Ahmet trying
pressure.
to go off stage as well. Getting some nice damage. Skeldra already in the red, by the way. Oh,
and not a lot of counter double
nice...
there into recovery. I love to see that.
That is a very nice string coming out from Ahmet to get that kill a little bit earlier. Skeldra just barely even gunning any damage on that first stock, going deep off stage. They don't have enough to come
this
back.
Is bad. Does he have GC ending? He does not. You know what? If I was Ahmet, we take those. You still have a full stop to
Absolutely,
work
you take
with.
those. You absolutely take those. Now Ahmet just only has one more stock from Skeldra to take, and Skeldra has less opportunities to come back. Oh, but that's going to be a very nice string.
Ahmet being very conservative with their dodge though, not allowing Skeldra to get something massive, but slowly but surely the damage is adding up as Skeldra is now putting Ahmet in the orange.
You know, this is what we were saying earlier about Ahmet being a very flowy player. They get that flow going, and they get some nice things going off of it. But now they're a little bit behind on damage if we're looking at it, if they had the same amount of stocks, but they do not.
Oh, Ahmet looking for it. I respect that so hard out of him. Like I said earlier, he likes going for funky stuff, but so does Skeldra, apparently. What are you going for?
Get punished. And that's going to be game 3.
And that is going to be like a 300 damage game. Yeah, 392, 162.
Even with that very early KO coming out from Ahmet, that was a very dominant performance. I think Skeldra was just getting a little bit too comfortable in this matchup, thinking they're just going to win the next game and go on with their tournament, but Ahmet is not going to let them go and get that easily.
What is your Skeldra to show less respect? Because I feel like that's when he starts playing better. When he goes for stuff, playing like he doesn't fear any punish whatsoever.
Yeah.
I just constantly looking for dodge reads because I feel like he's holding down the neutral a little bit too much, and in doing so is giving Ahmet too much space to work with and not putting enough pressure on.
Yeah.
Because
kind of
that's when we saw
Ahmet from Ahmet in the first game, where Ahmet was just respecting way too much, and they were just getting punished for it. But now both of them
openers
just kind of whiffing around each other. But now Skeldra with the great sword.
Yeah, here we go. Now he's actively looking for dodge reads. Hasn't
yet
landed one. But this is the Skeldra that I like seeing. The aggressive Skeldra that doesn't like being conservative with their options. Oh, I'm going deep for the punish.
I'm out of stage, but getting a nice hit in from the edge. Going for that side air.
With the pick up by Skeldra, having the sword in hand. Big damage lead on Ahmet. Ahmet realizing GC Light or a Sair or even a signature will take him out here. He's playing really carefully, although still looking for one of those options.
I mean, Ahmet needs to play a lot carefully now, because a lot more carefully, I should say, because you know they lose this game. This set is over.
That's one.
Skeldra only in the yellow. But you know, in this match, we've seen comebacks more dramatic than this already, so it's not going to say a lot, but it is a very nice lead for Skeldra. Ahmet getting some nice hits and going deep off stage there, trying to get that ground pound. Skeldra just going to try to find some nice hits in. That NC could have been big.
Skeldra really likes edge guarding Ahmet here and just putting them in the corner where they have no space to go away from the greatsword menace. Practically even the damage what they're coming to doesn't get the N-Light. Nair coming through from Ahmet doesn't get any follow-up hits. Ahmet
but
only putting out more damage!
Just barely gonna hit. That is not something that I would have expected as Ahmet as an option. That is a crazy decision to make there, but it paid off very well. Both of them now deep in the red. Ahmet a bit less. But I think Jaeyoon 6 will kill here already. That recovery doesn't though.
High ceiling doesn't do Skeldra here any favors, but Ahmet lost their weapon in the process.
Oh, but
Well,
that
it's
recovery's
picked
gonna
up.
do it.
Recovery takes Skeldra out. Ahmet
look at
evening
Ahmet's
up the
health.
stocks, but way too late.
It is not going to be easy for them to come back from this one, especially not
That is-
after that. And we're seeing a similar situation to what we saw last game. And we know how that one ended. Ahmet's going to have to look for some really, really risky plays here to try to get this lead back. Not entirely
Those-
sure that they can.
Ahmet have it in them. That's the momentum player in this set that likes having the advantage, have it in them to come back from a full stock disadvantage, still stay in this set. The gauntlets are saying yes,
what
look at the damage
a
that he's putting out.
combo!
Skeldra wasting the great sword, now picking up another one. Ahmet having to put Skeldra in the orange, there's already a decent bit of damage, and Skeldra trying to fight back, gets one there, doesn't get anything massive after that. Looking for the openers, and Ahmet is dashing around the stage, trying to play very agile in hopes of avoiding as much damage as possible while finding openings to put out some of their own.
and
Right
that
now,
was a
Skeldra is
very
keeping up
nice
the
spot
damage,
dodge
caught
from
and late.
NSYNC is just barely not going to kill, but are they going to get a kill off the top? They're looking for it, not quite finding the answer there. But Ahmet,
so
in the red
disrespectful.
already on their last stock, is not a good position to be in.
Skeldra needs
NSYNC
one option,
is
silent
going
and
to
take the mix up. First time we've seen Ahmet seen Orb 6 in the set, I think.
Yep.
That's a huge play by him. But does he have it in him? And light coming through, recovery being caught. Okay, he's still
Going deep off stage, but that's not going to be enough.
Oh.
That is going to be enough, I should say, for Skeldra. Getting game